Hi, everyone! Welcome to Threeflings, where we are playing indie games, and sometimes we have three tieflings, but not today. We have three Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Tonight we're playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians by April Kit Walsh of Gay Spaceship Games. Our Thirsty Sword Lesbians are taking a break from the hustle and bustle of saving the world and solving crimes to go on vacation at the legendary Disenchantment Beach Resort. Before we dive into more about the world, let's meet our lesbians. Tell us who you are and who you're playing. Let's start with Jess.
I just muted myself because I thought I'd be last. Hello, that's me. I'm Jess, and hi, that's my stuff. I will just tell you about my lesbian. I am playing mystery writer extraordinaire Jane Fletcher, who is here on this island to take a vacation, see the sights, and just relax because, you know, everywhere she's gone recently, people tend to die. And it'll be nice to get away from all the murder for a change. Have some her time.
Draz.
Hello, I'm playing Marissa. I am playing The Rose Bride, which is a playbook that I have made, and I'm currently playtesting this. She is the heir to the resort itself. She lives here. She is currently engaged to the Rose Groom unity. She's a gentle soul, she knows her place in this resort, and she's, always delighted to see new guests arrive and, see what they're up to.
And DW.
Hi, I'm DW, and tonight I'm playing Askina. That's spelled capital ASCII, as in ASCII art. Her name's Askina Holobabe, version 6.66. She is a Holo Goddess playbook, and she's kind of like a Pokemon professor if they were stylized by Lady Gaga. That kind of outfit. It's pretty extreme. And she's very into citing uncited Wikipedia articles. So she's here on this island to check out the facts of a particular rock formation that has only been put in a Wikipedia from TripAdvisor things. Does this world have TripAdvisor?
It does now!
It does now?
It certainly does.
It's just like a traveling person that just advises you. You got a trip?
Yeah, the name's Trip, and they advise.
Yeah. My name's Trip. Let me hear your advice. But that's not who I'm playing. I'm playing Askina Holo Babe. And
So,
do we all need swords? Because it's in the title.
Yeah,
yes.
I think the Holo Goddess, every different Holo Glamour comes with its own sword.
Yeah.
Some of us
Excellent.
need only a pen. And a pearl-handled umbrella.
Well,
my sword is symbolic, which basically means it's company property that has the trademarks logo on it.
My sword, I keep it secret because I'm into knowledge and information, providing that to people. So I'll let you'll see my sword when I think of what it is.
I mean, the playbook does say experimental, so it could be anything. We never know.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we'll learn, because a sword reveal from the Holo Goddess sounds incredibly dramatic, and I love drama. And hi, I'm Christina, and I'm your drama-loving GM, so I'm really excited to jump into Thirsty Sword Lesbians with you all. So, the waves crash on the white sands of Disengagement Beach. Tropical breezes float into this. Tropical breezes on tropical breezes float the smell of giant flowers and sea salt through the air. On the poolside deck, at the Disenchantment Resort is buzzing with activity as beautiful people, including you, sunbathe, splash, and challenge each other to friendly sword duels. The vacation vibes are palpable. Where do we find our dashing heroines, and what do we see when we meet them?
I would say, because Jane's here for pleasure, right? I feel like
Jane's here to relax.
what would Jane be doing?
Jane is here under a massive umbrella with a massive sun hat, putting on lots and lots of sunscreen because she's very pale, has a lot of freckles, doesn't want them to connect. She is wearing comfortable shoes with socks and taking off the socks so she can put her toes in the surf. And she's wearing like an elaborate beach costume. So like a swimsuit, but like with one of those old lady caftans kind of thing over top of it. And she is just there with a far too expensive for being at the beach pen and a journal. Just listening to the sound of the surf and taking notes.
Okay.
Anything that you find yourself taking notes on, Jane? Or anyone?
Ooh, what's around?
Well, if you're sticking your toes in the surf, you will see other beach chairs that folks have brought out to the beach, the pool deck behind you in all its glory. There's a beach volleyball game happening with some very sexy people in not too much clothing, so that's fun.
It's just tea from Top Key.
I definitely have my eye on that volleyball game.
All right. How about our Rose Bride, or where do we find you on this?
I think she would be in the surf in like this like really expensive looking bikini. Like you've never seen like so little clothing looks like so much like they would cost more than your entire wardrobe. She just manages to pull it off, and she's just like having fun, in the water, and just like watching the volleyball match.
Is your Rose Groom with you, or are you solo on this adventure?
I think that Unity is actually one of the people playing volleyball.
Ah, fantastic. Yeah, every now and then you see her like make eye contact with you, just like keeping track of where you are. Will kind of toss you a wink as she spikes the ball.
Oh yeah.
And what about our Hollow Goddess?
Holy Goddess is basking in the sands next to Jane, and Marissa, hand in their hands, just hardcore gazing at these volleyballers' bods, but just analyzing their body, and after like 5 minutes being like, yeah, that side's gonna win. Anyway, I'm gonna look at this sand and starts analyzing this. Oh, here's a question.
Count how many grains of sand there are.
Well, if you zoom in enough, there's these cool little planetoid-looking things that look like they're a planet just exploding. I'm gonna see how many of them I can get. So in this world, DM, is there technology? Because the character seems like a robot.
I think that there is technology, but it is all kind of caught up in very mysterious things, like magic. It's kind of magic and technology are kind of woven together.
Maybe my friends found me in a dungeon, and I'm like ancient tech that's now just like catching up. And Wikipedia is the name of one of the arcane libraries. So it's like Assassin's Creed plot twist in reverse. Yeah, and I'm just like analyzing things, having a good time. I haven't really been to a beach before, so I'm confirming a lot of data. And a lot of things have changed since I've been to that dungeon we just made up. And she's wearing kind of like a cool, I don't know, like a weird synthetic rubber leather like Borat-y one piece, with like cool hexagonal, like shimmering swirls. But this is under a complete work uniform, so like just work pants, a belt, hard leather shoes, a button-up shirt done really tight, and a big lab coat. No one knows, but you know, I've never been to a beach before. I don't know. I don't feel the heat. I'm a hologram. But it's under there.
Someone asked, "Isn't it hot today?" And you're like, "Yes, it is exactly this temperature."
Yeah, exactly. Feels like. Would you like that in Celsius or the other one?
As you watch the volleyball match, someone overhears you say, like, this side's gonna win. She's walking by in, like, a long knit cover-up with, I guess, crochet cover-up with lots of, like, open space, and you can see a blue bikini on underneath. And she's gonna lean down and say, do you want to bet on that?
Do I have money? In
Yeah,
fact, I'll just say yes.
I come to a result with money.
I'll say, oh, a gambling proposition. You bet your ass. Yeah, I bet. What are the stakes?
Ooh. The stakes. Well, I think winner has to... Loser has to pay for dinner.
Acceptable.
Skinner's been like, I do not eat.
But I will pay. Yeah, okay, accepted. I hold out a hand to shake on it, and on the inside of my hand is this glowing, like, glyphs of a minor contract.
Nice. All right, she'll shake on it, and kind of give you a wink and go sit down on one of the beach chairs nearby.
She winked at me. She knows something about this team I don't know? Very confusing.
I think that Jane, you notice, with your keen investigator's eye, near, like, off to the side of the beach, there is a large, lush forest. And in front of the, there is, like, guided tours of the forest, guided walks that happen just, like, into the forest to see, like, the cute little deer, and then back to the resort. But you see, like, a heated debate happening between a person who is dressed kind of businesslike as well, in a small pencil skirt and a blazer. Looks very formal, but also has like a backpack that looks incredibly utilitarian. And she is currently in a deep argument with what appear to be security guards. And I think that, Marissa, you would notice this as well.
I was trying to find...
Do I recognize this person that isn't security?
This person that isn't security. You've seen her around. You think that she's staying here. You've seen her also, like, very much like Jane, taking notes, but always about the flowers and the animals that she's seen around here. And you've heard her, like, talking, and she's always sounded kind of like a scientist.
Scientist? How very interesting.
Did you say science?
Me? Yes.
Yeah. Where? I mean, everywhere when you think about it. And on deeper level math. Is there a scientist around?
It's the chic woman that way, I believe. Scientist interests you.
Okay. I wonder what science. Let's go ask her. I go over to ask this scientist about what their field is.
As you get closer, you start to hear bits of the conversation. The security guard with very large biceps is kind of crossing their arms and is saying, "I'm sorry, ma'am, you can't enter the forest without an escort. And I'm sorry, the next tour doesn't start until tomorrow, so you're just going to have to wait." And you hear her saying, "It's doctor, not miss, not ma'am, it's doctor. Ugh, I cannot. Just, do you want to see my degree?" And she starts shuffling through her bag.
Alright. God, do I have a move for this? I think I might not. I'm gonna go to the person with the big biceps, and say, "Hi, I'm also a doctor with a degree. Where do I get such bodyguard? Are you a bodyguard?"
I'll turn to you. Well, no, not a bodyguard, but I'm in security.
And where does one find a escort, if not a bodyguard? Is it a sexual thing?
No. Oh, no, absolutely not. No, not... No.
I'm glad.
I think that... Well, it would have to be someone with more pull than me.
Pull?
I think at this stage, Marissa walks up towards them and is like, excuse me, is this person causing any problem for you? She's saying this to the security.
About me?
Oh. About the doctor.
About the doctor. Certified bitch. Yeah. I didn't say that. I document it.
You see the security guard kind of, the blood kind of drain from their face a little when they see Marissa. It's like, "I'm so sorry. No problem at all. This is just a closed area right now, and I'm afraid that I cannot comply with this guest's request at this time. Or this guest either," and points to how do you say your name? Your character's name, DW?
Askina.
Askina. Yeah, points to Askina.
Or ASCII for short. Or ASCII for long, depends how many characters you put in there. Anyway, so where would one get one of these escorts that has pull?
Well, you would probably have to go talk to someone at the front desk and arrange a private tour of the forest.
I see. Escort as in tour guide?
Correct.
Delicious synonyms pop up.
Yeah. Just choosing.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, computing.
Okay. As Jane has been kind of taking this in, can I use my read the room move to see how best to approach this?
Absolutely.
We're not in a room. We're outside. Is that allowed?
It's a big room. Nature's room.
Nature's room. Ooh, that's quite good. That is a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's an 11.
Damn.
Amazing. So you get to choose 2 of those questions on your read the room move.
Yeah. So my first is going to be, how do I make the impression I want to make? And who should I be keeping an eye on?
Okay. The impression that you want to make, you get the feeling that this is a person who very much follows the rules. So following the rules would definitely make an impression. And the other question was...
who should I be keeping an eye on?
You do notice as our Rose Bride, Marissa, has left the beach, you do see a... Marissa, what does Unity look like?
Oh, I think she's like one of those like really stereotypical like model, like how is she real? How is she not photoshopped? Kind of like very conventionally pretty, I think like blonde hair. Just yeah, like she's like kind of like sticks out like a sore thumb, but only because like, you know, she's kind of like such an idealized what people think beauty is.
Okay. Yeah, so you see this blonde watching you, and you see her eyes start to kind of like get really intense the farther that Marissa gets away from her eyesight.
Can I provide emotional support to this woman, the scientist?
Absolutely,
She
yes.
seems to be in a little bit of a fluster.
She is.
So, when you offer support, when you offer someone support in a way that could be meaningful to them, roll plus heart or plus spirit. 3 more is gonna string them. So I don't have any strings. How do you make strings on people in this game? Because I feel like
You need moves to get them, or they have to be smitten with you.
And we have them with each other.
Yes, we start off with strings with each other, but not with like NPCs yet.
Okay.
So if you succeeded on an emotional support move, you might get a string on this person whose name is Evie. Dr.
Like
Evie.
the Pokemon.
Okay.
Like,
Adding her
Oh,
to my
no.
You
trust
do look like a
thing.
Pokemon professor. How many dice do I roll? I've got +1
Two.
spirit. I'll use that.
2d6.
2d6, so it's 3 for me total. Right.
All right.
Let's think. And do you add them in this game? Yes, you do.
Yes,
So I could
2d6
possibly
plus
get 10
your
plus.
the stat.
All right. I got 13, which is 10 plus.
Ooh.
If they open up to you, they choose 1.
Oh, I thought 3 was your roll, and I was worried.
No,
But that was your mod.
Very nice, yeah. Says 10 plus. If they open up to you, they choose 1, and you either choose 1. Oh, of the below. Okay. Or I can take a string on them.
Yes. So would you like one of those? Would you like to mark XP, get +1 forward? No one has conditions yet, so clearing a condition doesn't do much. Or gain insight about an obstacle facing one of you.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, +1 forward sounds good. What does that do?
So
plus
any-
1 on your next roll.
Oh, okay. I'll get the obstacle. What is Wait, do I get to choose 2 of these total, right? They choose 1, and I either choose 1 or take a string. In fact, I'll take a string on her, so we've got like a thing going.
Okay, yeah. So you get a string on Dr. Evie, and so I get to choose one now, and I'm going to give you some insight about an obstacle. You see that her notebook is stamped with endangered plants. And you see some of the pages are kind of coming out, and that is what she's been scribbling on. Yeah. Endangered plants. That's her thing.
Endangered plants. I introduce myself, and I kind of put a hand on her shoulder as she's going through getting her what she was looking for. What was it, her doctor or something? And I introduce myself and say I am also somewhat of a facts scientist.
Facts and logic.
Facts and logic.
I'm something of a fact scientist myself.
I'm myself.
She'll kind of look between you and Jane and Marissa and just be like, well, thank you. I appreciate your support, and it's nice to meet a fellow science enthusiast and fact enthusiast.
Yeah. What are you trying to get into the forest for? Or what obstacles are you encountering?
Well, I'm encountering this obstacle, pointing to the security guard who just goes, "Hey, I'm right here." And Dr. Evie was saying, like, I want to go into the forest and get a look at the plants that bloom at night. I really think that it'll be special and important, and I apparently can't go without somebody important from this dang resort escorting me. And you see the security guard's eyes kind of slide to Marissa, like get really big, and then like flick right back to center, and they take their like muscle poses in.
Question about this resort. Do we ever do night tours, or do they always stop after a certain time?
For a price, night tours would happen. Absolutely.
Okay. So I think like Marissa be like, we do night tours as a premium. So like if you go to the front desk and you pay up, then you'll be able to get an escort for a night tour.
That sounds fantastic. How long do we have till the tour starts? Like, is it midday, or like how long is it till nighttime?
It's kind of getting towards sunset, that kind of early evening. It's still light outside, but the sky is starting to get little fingers of purple and orange across the horizon.
Okay.
Now, surely we can work something like this out. I mean, she is a scientist, after all. Now, if someone who, say, worked at the resort was to give them a tour or allow this, that would be with staying in the spirit of the rules, perhaps as yourself were to come with us, maybe. And then we could all learn together. Perhaps if the resort were even to sponsor this doctor. This
is this aimed at Marissa or the security?
Security guard.
Okay.
Would you like to attempt to entice this guard?
Yeah, I guess so. I was hoping I could figure them out, but I think I'm gonna have to entice them, which I'm not very good at.
Yeah.
I am an older... Ooh, that's a rock solid 4 right there.
Yeah!
Okay.
Mark that experience!
Like, can't we do something? I'm just a doddering old lady.
Well, you do get experience, and let me see, I want to
And what an experience it was.
I think the guard just kind of looks at you, and is like, I don't know about that. You're just going to have to talk to the front desk. And Jane, you get a little idea, and I'm going to offer you XP to make an unwise decision.
I would love that.
As my GM move, you see a little trail off to the side that's kind of hidden by the beach, and you think to yourself, if there was some sort of distraction, I bet everybody could run into that trail unseen by this guard, or like once the sun goes down a little bit, I bet we could sneak out here and get into that forest with nobody seeing. So that's my offer to you.
Yeah, I will absolutely look at Askina, who we have previously talked, or I don't know if we previously talked about that, but I have pinpointed you as someone who can help me solve mysteries.
100%. 100%.
Because we both love learning. And
yeah.
I, at this point, just go...
I like your Watson.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to get to the front desk. I got so confused and turned around, and then I'm just gonna spill my big bag of beach stuff everywhere and start to lean over to pick it up and be like, oh, my back. Oh, that's the rider's injury from sitting in chairs, the wrists and the shoulder. Could you please help me? And then just kind of to everybody else to go towards the path.
Marissa is unaware of this all happening and just does help to, get the bag,
This poor old woman seems to have a spinal injury, probably just from age. I recommend you help her as the person here with the biggest biceps. To the guard. And then I'm gonna... If the guard seems distracted, I'm gonna take the Evie and go for it.
Okay, I love it. The guard is going to immediately oh my gosh, a guest has a problem. I'm on it. This is my training is complete. This is my time. Drops to their knees and just starts putting stuff in the bag. Jane, are you also going to just cut and run, or are you gonna stay and
I want to
play the
stay
bit
and talk to the guard because I heard that a murder occurred here decades
Ooh.
ago, and I want to know
Yeah.
what the guard knows. Since I'm just a little old lady traveling alone, what could I know? Surely this big, strong guard knows so many things they can teach me.
I see. And Marissa, are you... I wonder, as you're helping with the bag, are you being pulled away, Askina, or... I think Evie might tap you.
Gonna basically stride, not leg it loudly, just stride away, tap, and kind of pull at the sleeve of Dr. Evie, and just... to the forest. I'm not gonna yank anybody.
You see her eyes kind of get big and oh, we're doing this, not really we're doing crime, okay.
Yeah.
And she'll scamper
We're
after
being
you.
gay and doing crime?
On this channel? What?
Dang, I wore my Be Gay to Crime shirt yesterday.
Marissa, you would notice Askina and Dr. Evie kind of scurrying off behind you. Would you follow or stick around with Jane?
I think she's kind of, flustered of, oh no, where did they go? I think she's completely oblivious to what their plan was, and she's just very confused.
As you kind of watch them scurry off into the woods, you also see from the beach, the volleyball game has ended, and you do see Unity kind of packing up her bag, looking around, looking for you. And as she's not seeing you, she's you can see her face getting kind of grouchy.
I see this, and I immediately run over to placate her. How did the game go? I'm sorry I missed the end. There was a problem over at the forest, and I wanted to help resolve it.
Oh, it's fine. We won.
Of course you did. You're the best.
Thanks, babe.
Would Askina have won that bet?
Yes, Askina would have won that bet for sure.
Nice.
So someone's buying you dinner that you can't eat because you're a robot.
Well, I can certainly try. I can I mean, what is eating than putting food inside of you? Actually, no, pretend I never said that. That sounds horrible. Recall phrase. Let's move on.
Sorry, I'm broken.
I'll shut up now.
Yeah, Unity is placated a little. It's just what were you doing over by the forest?
There was this weird doctor that wanted to go into the forest at night to see some of the flowers. And she ran away or something. I turned around, I was helping with this bag, and I turned around again, and she was just gone, along with the robot that was sitting over there just 5 minutes ago. I don't know where they went.
That sounds like a lot, and I don't know. I think that sounds... I don't know. Can't she just have fun?
Yeah. I why would you not come to resort just to chill out and stuff? I don't get that kind of people.
Some people, right?
Some people.
Anyway, I'm gonna go to the sauna and then the spa. What do you wanna meet up later?
Oh yeah, of course.
Great.
You know
Stay
what
out
I
of-
mean?
Yes, I do. And she'll kind of do the like air kisses
Yeah.
by your cheek and flounce off.
Hell yeah. There goes our girl boss.
There she goes.
I think with Unity, like, gone and, like, not looking for her, like, Marissa will, like, just take a moment to, like, gather her thoughts of, like, oh, okay, Unity's gone to do her own thing. What does that mean that I do? And all she can think about is the forest, because, you know, that was the only other, like, place she's been to recently, so I think she will, walk back and, like, catch up with Jane to see how she's doing, because, Mercer is a fan of Jane. She's just very interested in, like, her mysteries and stuff. And she wants to see, you know, how, you know, her discussion with the security's going.
I just thought how funny the concept is of being a fan of, like, a murder investigator. It's like, oh my god, have you heard of that police officer that solves crime? Like, I just love them. They do their job and look at dead bodies. It's such a weird concept, isn't it? Like, you think about it, removed from fiction. Just a superstar, cop looks at bodies, but anyway.
Hey, Benoit Blanc is a queer icon, and he is a celebrity
But he's-
investigator.
Yeah, well, he's not. Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's great.
But he's not a cop.
Then-
He's a private investigator.
That's the difference, I
That's-
think. Like,
that's an
A
important
does not
difference.
include Benoit Blanc.
This is true.
exactly.
This is very true.
Because like police investigators, that's their job. But like, I mean, in a certain way, they have other things. But like, I think what makes you cool is if you're like not a cop, and if you're like, you know, like Benoit Blanc, Sherlock Holmes. You know, I feel like that's how you get the celebrity status.
The outfits are also really important because,
Oh, 100%. And you're like,
yeah, you're not seeing cops pull off those little onesies that Benoit Blanc was wearing. Like, the true test of cool.
yeah.
Oh, what a king. In a sweater or a bathing costume.
We love Benoit Blanc here. Speaking of investigations, Jane, you
me.
are deep in conversation with this muscly security guard who has now definitely let their guard down quite a bit, especially now that it's just you and them. And they'll kind of pass you some of your notebooks and say, I really loved that. What was the book you wrote with the aquarium and the murder, the deep sea
was,
one?
Sleeps with the Fishes.
Oh, my favorite. I love that one.
I was a fan of that one. Yes, that was, that was inspired by my trip to the Shed Aquarium where we found a dead body in the beluga whale tank, actually. It was quite terrifying in the show, but, the children were frightened, but I found it riveting. An otter pulled it up.
Oh. Are all your mysteries based on real cases?
No, I've just got a very active imagination.
Well, you've chosen a very interesting place to vacation, Miss Fletcher.
So, I heard this place has quite a history. Now, how long? You look so young. You couldn't have been here back when that old hullabaloo happened, did it? But now, I'm sure it was part of your training. You must have heard about it.
I mean, we try to stay positive here at the resort. We don't really like to think about the past. We like to think about the future and what it will hold. But, oh no, we definitely talked about it. 50 years ago, one of the founders, Georgina, went missing. Presumed dead. All they found was a very classy hat. No anything. No goodbye forever. No. Yeah, it's still a mystery to this day. Where did she go? Is she dead? the co-founder Alice, she's actually retiring later this year. She's heartbroken about it, doesn't like to talk about Georgina, and misses her terribly. If you ask her about it, she usually just kind of clams up and says, "Focus on the positive." Really sad, kind
Alice is
of.
the co-founder, and she went missing 50 years ago. Well, Alice must be close to my age or even older.
Probably, yeah.
I'd like to meet her. She sounds like an incredible woman. Tell me about this hat. Was it, I assume, a sun hat, or was it more of a fedora?
The
was
two
a sun-
genders of hat.
It was a sun hat, and the really interesting thing, it's almost like we thought that it was. Oh, I shouldn't say. This is really. I'm so sorry.
Oh, please, dear. I won't even remember. Brain like a sieve.
Says
Am I
the
gonna
murderer
tell?
mystery writer that writes up stuff based on real life mysteries. Ah, yes, I'll forget about this, and I want to write this into a book.
Could I do a I'm wondering if you have a move that would fit here.
I could do a trust score thing with them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
If they
That-
take
that
an
would be cool.
unnecessary risk for me, I could increase my trust with them.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
This isn't Evie, though. This is the guard. Do we have a name for
This
this
is-
guard?
No, but if you ask,
Stevie.
Stevie, I love it.
Oh,
Yes,
you-
the guard's name is Stevie.
All right. Stevie, I read that on your name tag. Clearly.
Oh,
Strong, brave, smart person who always goes above and beyond and knows the right thing to say to make sure everyone at this resort is safe and sound. We don't have any missing people with just hats left behind anymore, not on Stevie's watch.
that's right, Miss Fletcher. So I am looking at this move.
Mhm.
So are you rolling or?
No, it was just if they do it, I trust them more, so I would have to make them do something. I could try and figure them out, or I
Okay,
could-
yeah.
yeah, because I don't have a string
ahead
on
and-
them yet.
Well, it did sound like you were doing a little bit of emotional support, pumping them up a little bit if you want to get a
Ooh.
string on them.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll heart.
Yeah, okay, that. Lucky Jess, that's an 11.
Hey, nice.
Hey.
So you can have a string on Stevie.
Yay!
And let's see. Go ahead and get +1 forward as well.
Sweet.
Um,
Cool. Okay, so I
are you
get a
going to
string and
spend
then
that
just-
string immediately?
Yeah, I absolutely am.
Okay. Great. So spinning so as you spin that string, they kind of move in and say, "Well, I'm not supposed to talk about it, but just between us,
Oh yeah.
the hat. The hat had a very interesting thing. There's 2 holes in it, in the sides. At first we thought some sort of bludgeoning or maybe a murder weapon made the holes, but it almost looks like they're from inside the hat, like something burst from it, one on each side."
Like horns? Or
Maybe.
like the holes were coming from inside the hat?
Maybe a bomb? 2 very small bombs. That's my theory. Miniature bombs.
That's definitely a theory.
A game theory.
That is worthy of a Matt Pat game theory right there.
I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna take it as an extreme compliment.
Oh, yes, that's worthy. That is incredibly good information. Thank you. It's just between you and me.
Right, well, you seem to have some questions about the front desk. Did you need help getting back to the resort? I need to start doing my rounds again now that pesky professor isn't trying to get into the forest, you know?
Oh, no, I'm sure I could find my way. I'll just take the air, stretch these legs. She'll just pop her pearl-handled umbrella and start to stride off into the forest if she can.
Into the
Wait a second.
Stevie's just gonna be like, hey, you know what? She's harmless. And they're going to head back towards the pool deck to take a lap. In the forest,
It's so bold.
Esky, you and Dr. Evie are kind of cutting through the brush. There's this tiny trail, clearly made by animals. Kind of have to go single file, and she's expertly ducking and diving over leaves and bits of yeah.
What is she wearing? She wearing like a safari suit, like a stunt suit.
She's in
diving and
what
rolling
looks,
through these plants.
she's in what looks like a business like skirt suit, but she's got like, you can see underneath the skirt, she kind of hikes it up and there's like little shorts underneath it. Very utilitarian.
Yeah, I respect
It's actually
that.
a skort.
Yes. A business skort.
Oh, that's great. Cool. I follow. I take her lead. And while I explain to her why I'm at the islands, that I'm documenting for this arcane library of knowledge, and and there's like a rock formation that's meant to. It's a little disputed of what it is. Some people are like, my character's looking for that rock, to look at it for herself, to sketch it, take photos with her eye sockets, etc., document it, that kind of thing. And I'm going to ask about what kind of flower she's looking for.
She'll kind of scribble. She's scribbling in her journal, listening, and she does kind of turn and say, I am also very interested in the flora here, but truly, I'm here to document pretty much everything I can. There is a vicious rumor going around that the resort is going to expand into this forest. And I'm just trying to document any endangered plant life, animal life, insects, anything I can to prove to them that they should not expand here. But there is a flower that is particularly endangered. It is the night blooming lotus. And it supposedly grows in this forest, but I have heard about this rock formation. Maybe we could help each other out.
I would love to. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can do a move thing.
Yeah.
Find it, because it's not my character thing. Do you have the list of moves? I've lost the document.
Yeah, so on our little sheet, it's on the player reference. On that first tab, there's danger moves, heartstring moves, and then special moves.
Oh, I meant for my character.
I
want to do the...
you've got antivirus and incartography.
I want to do Encarta Dicyclopedia 95 CD-ROM. That's the one I'm trying to do.
You changed the name?
I changed the name. I'm
Love
gonna see if
that.
I can pull up some information about this.
I see
Alright,
your problem.
roll
You copied the names, but you didn't copy the descriptions of what the moves do.
Yeah, it looks like there wasn't enough room in there. Playbooks, right? That's a lot of playbooks. Here we go. Okay, so for that one, Encyclopedia 95 CD-ROM. A vast source of information, much of it accurate and some of it useful. When I try to recall information relevant to a challenge before you, roll plus spirit. Ooh. Spirit is +1. Alright, go for it. Alright, that's pretty damn good. Okay, 14.
Nice. What does it look like for you to look through your database?
Information is precise and accurate, just what you needed. Okay, cool. Okay, maybe this is when I pull out my sword. And so I pull out of like my little pocket, like a little one of those what are they called? The little electronic diary kind of things that no one uses anymore.
Palm Pilot. I was like, a phone.
A Palm Pilot. Yeah, like a Palm Pilot. Yeah. I pull out a Palm Pilot and like press a button and it like folds into a handle and then like and kind of like that big rad sword the Doom guy has in Doom Eternal. It's like this see-through holographic red thing, but it's got like code and information instead of demonic runes. And so I like scroll through this blade and I find it. I'm like, oh, Night Blooming Lotus. Okay. And then I show her to see, like, you know, I'm not going to assume how much she knows about it. I figure like she knows a bit, but to see if there's anything in my information stores that she doesn't know about it. Give her that information.
This is fascinating. Oh my gosh. Wow, you're very a very talented researcher.
Thank you. That's how I knew the Night Blooming Lotus blooms at night. That was a joke. I'm sorry. I don't let people look at my sword often and I get a little nervous. And then my computery facade goes back on. So whereabouts do we find this flower?
Well, according to your sword, I think we need to look somewhere a little bit swampy. So maybe follow the beach. At this point, I do want to ask, Marissa, did you go into the woods as well?
I think, like, she made her way into the woods, but, like, she realized, she's probably, everyone's left the beach, she should probably, like, put something over her bikini, so, like, she got dressed, and then she went into the woods, and by the time she did that, the guard had already, like, passed her by, and because, she's, the heiress, like, the guard, Stevie, didn't question her going back into the forest. So by the time she gets into the forest, she sees Jane running off into it. So that's where she is.
Let's catch up with Jane and Marissa. Where are you headed in this forest, and what are you doing?
Oh, I found you again. Were you and the good doctor and ASCII able to take advantage of my little diversion? So the doctor could explore.
They did what? What did they? I didn't see any of that. I was, I went back to the beach. Why are you in this forest? I thought, this is off limits.
Yes. It is. Well...
That was a movie, that'd be gift right there. Oh my god. Yes.
So you didn't go into the forest?
No. They did what?
This seems like a lie.
No, like, Marissa genuinely is like...
Okay.
But, Jane is so mistrustful.
Just like, what a lie!
Jane's like, if this was D&D, I would insight check you.
Would you like to figure out a person, Jane?
I really
Marissa?
would. I really
All
would.
right.
And I'm going
to... Go ahead and roll wit.
Yeah. And I get to add my strings, of which
Ooh.
I have 2 on
Spending
you,
your string.
which is good, because I don't spend my strings, I just add them.
No, you do spend your string.
Not for my move.
Oh, I thought this was figure out a person.
It is, but for my move, I don't spend them, I just add them. It seems like when you roll to figure out a
And I'm
person,
confused.
roll plus
Figure
wit.
out a person, you spend a string. But like if you have a different move in your playbook,
I have a different move in my playbook that says I can still do that, or I can just add +1 for each additional string.
Oh, now I get you. So you get a +2 for this.
6, 7, which brings me to a 9.
Ooh. So that is the top range of the middle of the the mid beat.
So,
Alright. So you get to ask 2 questions, but Marissa gets to ask you 1.
yeah. And I'm so curious. What are your feelings about this forest? You seem so surprised.
I mean, it's off limits. Like I'm allowed in, but like I, stay away from it because I was, told not to.
You're allowed in, but you were told not to go. Why is that?
Yeah. As the Rose Bride, I'm technically allowed anywhere on the island. It's just that, I've been told that this place is dangerous, which is why it's off limits and no one's allowed in without an escort. Does pineapple balloon piece?
Yeah. And, well, how would you feel if I went into the forest?
Well, you're already in here.
I mean, if I mucked around in the forest, did some gardening or something.
Well,
Forest.
I'm not sure this is the right forest to do that stuff. Is this for one of your mysteries?
Life is just a big mystery, isn't it?
I think I would feel better. I would feel better if you were doing some investigation for one of your mysteries. And, this was the key to solving something.
It is absolutely the key to solving something, and you, my dear, can help me solve it. Yes.
Be your assistant?
Yes.
I think my question is going to be, so what do you hope to get from this forest? Was there a dead body found here or something? Was there a wild animal, a big hound?
I want knowledge. Someone wants to go in there, and someone wants to keep us out. There's putting a lot of work into keeping us out. Though if you can pay to get in, that means they want you to only have a prescripted view. They want you to only see what they want you to see. They want only people who can pay to be able to go.
Prescripted view, you're such a good writer.
Oh, please. It's just something I do to pass the time.
It's just a hobby. It just happens that I keep running into murders.
But, yes, shall we go see what Dr. Evie was so curious about in the forest? That
Yes, of
Stevie
course.
wanted to prevent her from finding. And you, too, apparently. Who's keeping you from going in here again? I didn't catch their name.
Christina, what would you say is the structure of this result? Would Alice be the only person keeping me from going in at this point, or would there be other people?
Yeah, Alice is the CEO of the resort. I did write a resort manager named Bella. Um, and there's also like a board,
And
and Unity
here,
is, of course, on the board. And Alice is retiring. And so all of the kind of bigwigs are out in power trying to get Alice to name them as the next CEO. So you would know that there are a lot of important people that you have been taught to respect and revere um, here. Yeah.
okay. I mean, that's what the whole board says, really, especially Alice. She's very adamant about people not going into this forest without, the proper payment.
Interesting. And the payment to Alice is
I
money?
mean, usually it's a lot of money.
I thought this resort was already exorbitantly expensive. But I suppose time just passes and prices always raise.
When I was youngin'.
As you are passing through the forest, Eskina, do you think that you would bump into these two, or are you on a parallel path?
We miss each other entirely.
We were ahead and kind of going through a forest following the scientists, but let's not split the party. Now the scientist knows, Dr. Evie knows that it's the flower actually grows better in a swampy location. We gotta backtrack a bit.
Okay.
And so I think maybe we would run into Jane and Marissa in like a triangle kind of formation. Like we went out that way, they're going this way, they don't know where they're going. And we're like, oh, there's a swampy kind of outcrop near, like at the base of that kind of, mountain waterfall-y area. This probably looks pretty dank.
There's a lot of weed. The secret of this forest was all weed.
Man, there are lots of plants here. So many strains. I mean, varieties to choose from. Yeah. So Evie will kind of follow your lead. You follow her a little bit. She follows you. And you find your way towards the swampy area, and you do hear the sound of footsteps and other people talking.
Excuse me, Doctor. Please stand behind my notebook. I'm just get my sword ready.
Oh, your sword again.
Well, I'd like to call it my notebook. Its primary purpose is to reference information that I have learnt, and add information to it. It is also quite sharp, like a lightsaber. Hot sharp? Who knows?
Well, I'd be very interested to see you use it. And then she immediately goes purple.
You want me to kill?
I did not say that. No. I mean, do you want to kill?
No. What is want? Anyway, let's see what these footsteps are. Is it Jane?
It is Jane, yes. It is Jane and Marissa.
In tow. Excellent. Oh, that is my friends. I turn back over my shoulder and give her a little sexy face. I won't have to kill them. And then put my beam my sword, put it in my little pocket. Jane Fletcher, it's good to see you. We are tracking down the night blossom. It's a flower.
The night blossom? Well, couldn't you have waited for the night tour then? Why do we need to be here in the day?
Because tours are expensive, and we are doctors. Not of the medical kind. We rely on grant money and/or donations. We are very poor. I could go on.
I'm just imagining, out the side of Askina, a drone comes out, donate to me here.
Yes, Jonk. Click to donate.
Like a doctor of philosophy. Yes, I've known many.
Indeed. Anyway, did you find any information about this island to do with the murder?
I found quite a few things, my trusty assistant. Tell me, I found out information on the hat. And I believe Marissa here could tell us more than anyone about Alice and the rest of the board.
I'm quite confused. What hat are you talking about? I look around. Who of us is wearing a hat?
I am.
I look at the hat and go, I don't need that information. Who is who is Alice?
She's the CEO of the resort. She's the most powerful one here. She's actually, wanting to retire soon, so the whole board is kind of clamoring to, see who gets the CEO position next. Unity's mum is actually one of the people, vying for that. So, I know who I wanna see next.
You have quite inside knowledge about the management of this island. Do you know if they are expanding the resort into the forest?
I mean, this whole island does belong to the resort, and, while the forest is nice for, to people go on the tours, it's also, space that we could be using for more buildings for the resort, or, another pool.
By that logic, a virus owns the body.
A virus? No one's sick here.
Disease?
No, I don't think anyone is currently sick at the resort.
No, dear, I believe Askina is referring to the resort itself. In fact, the folks who colonized the island as a disease. Kicking out the natives, the original inhabitants, and, destroying the natural terrain, the beauty of the thing. Tear down the plants, pave paradise, and put up a parking lot, all of that.
Wow. Your ability to conjure lyrics on the spot is unbelievable.
You're a great songstress.
Well, me and Joan, we went back.
Have you ever tried singing one of your novels?
They asked me to do the audiobook, and I chose to not, because no one would want to hear that.
Oh, Jane, that is calculating 100% incorrect. Yourself excluded.
That's really sweet.
Askina, are you enticing Jane?
No!
Jane gets all flustered.
It's just true. In fact, I have read all your books and recorded them as audiobooks myself. They were dry to listen to my voice. Your voice has a certain ounce of humanity that mine kind of lacks. Anyway, we are looking for the Night Blooming Lotus. And any particular insects, wildlife, bugs, interesting plants that may be consumed in, well, the expansion of this resort.
Dr. Evie is kind of tangentially listening to your conversation, but she is now flat out on the ground, investigating. She has this big magnifying glass, and she's looking at a beetle on a leaf, and just taking notes, scratching notes. It's
Oh.
what she said.
When you said flat on the ground, I just thought she was lying on her back.
No, on her stomach. On her stomach.
I'm just planking. I'm with the face that close to a bug.
Yeah, her suit's wrecked now.
Shh, I scientist now. All right. I'll just assist her and start scribbling a sketch.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Jane, Your investigation skills are quite good. We are looking for a swampy area which might be nearby. We're hoping to catch a glimpse of this lotus as it blossoms at night.
That wouldn't be a metaphor now, would it? Swampy area with a lotus that blooms only at night? For the right
You
person?
might have to explain this one to me. I am not great with metaphors.
Oh,
Unless
it's just a bit
virus
of
or
old
disease related.
poetry.
Do you mean...
Are you familiar with the
moist
paintings of Georgia O'Keeffe?
No, I'm not.
Lovely ranch she used to have. What summers we had. Anyway, we can go over that later. But yes, tell me about what this swampy area looks like and how we should best poke at it.
Well, we don't need to poke at it. We just need to traverse to a swampy location. Mostly within terrain nearby this crop, it seems there's water dripping from the top, but a precise dank area is kind of unknown. Perhaps your investigation skills could be of assistance?
Well, I've never said no to a challenge. There hasn't been any dripping wet area that I've shied away from yet, so I'll dive right on in.
I guess that's why you're at a beach resort. Makes sense. I... just completely oblivious. Keep sketching this beetle.
I love that
Checks out.
Phoenix is no, no, no.
As the innuendo sails over Astina's head, there's I think you all kind of hear a rustling in the leaves, and you see like a flash of something go past. At first, you think, "Oh, it's just another animal," but then you catch what looks to be a uniform, the same color that Stevie was wearing.
Oh, shit.
And you hear some kind of mumbling and like, I think maybe we've gone too far. I don't know. Let's turn back. And stumbling into the clearing, you see two security guards. And as they kind of bumble their way into this clearing, their eyes go large as they see Marissa, and they're like, "There she is!"
Huh? Oh, what's wrong?
What are you doing in here?
These people went into the forest, and I wanted to. I was trying to, convince them to come out of the forest.
Oh. That makes sense. You're such a good person, Marissa. We'd never think that you would go, but you're so far, like, into this forest. Marissa, are you calling on a toxic power?
Ooh, let's. I currently don't have any points of ambition, which is my thing. So I have to use a spirit for this. So that's fun. That is a 12.
Okay, that's pretty good. And thank you for mentioning ambition for Jane. I think your suspicion tracker goes up because you've been doing some investigating. I think it's going to be going up by 2 at this point.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's a
suspicion
success.
Of Marissa, or my suspicion just...
Suspicion as a whole.
Oh, right. Sorry, I was thinking
it goes up
trust.
and down because of the toxic power thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe trust also goes up and down because of the toxic power thing, if I remember correctly.
Trust has to take, like, an action thing. So if someone's, like, vulnerable with me, or if they're...
No, I mean, making trust go down.
If you're flirting with someone attached to a toxic power, I will lose trust with you. Yes. But you don't seem to be flirting right now.
Yeah, I'm not flirting, so only suspicion goes up.
Yeah.
All right. So let me look at that move again. So you can answer questions. So you parlaying with this toxic power. It grants you +1 forward to act on the information. So, what is your question, Marissa, for this embodiment of the toxic power of the resort?
This is fun because it's like unlike Figure Out. Like this is just any question. It's like could something be like what could I do to? I guess right now I think like Marissa is confused about why they came out to find her, but like also at the same time I guess she also knows. And I guess the other question is, what would I have to do to make you go away and leave us alone without like changing, the scenario, so to speak?
You get the sense that they are here to bring you back to the resort, and that you are the key, and they're not likely to leave without you.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because like, if I'm calling on a toxic power, I'm not sure what question I would ask that would make them grab me +1 forward.
Yeah.
Maybe my question would just be like, do you want me to leave the forest? But that's a very straightforward yes.
Yeah, I think the what can I do question gives you more info. I guess if you were able to prove there was a reason for you to be here. They might leave you alone. Like if you invoked your power.
I'll be like, hey, I'm allowed here. Kind of power.
Yeah, I mean, it would be maybe something you haven't done before.
Ooh. What character development? Okay, in that case, I'm thinking that Marissa continues and like, I came here to, convince them to come back, but while I was trying to do that, I ran into Jane, and she told me that she was in the process of investigating a mystery about this island. You've heard her books before. She's such a good writer, and she asked if I could assist her because, I know this island very well. So would you let me help Jane uncover the mysteries of this forest and leave me for the duration of how long I'll be, you know where I am, you can find me later if you really need me.
I think one of them will say, like, you are very important and you do have a lot of power, but I just don't feel comfortable leaving you here by yourself without one of us. So I will say, yes, you can stay here if one of us also acts as your bodyguard. Is that acceptable?
Yes. Sorry, everyone else. Them's the bricks. But I do get +1 forward to help Jane.
I think that seems very acceptable. Of the two, I've calculated that Peavy here has a higher chance of success in protecting us. Can we have a guy named Peavy?
Sure, why
it's
not?
It's like the entire alphabet. That's like all the gods.
You
A-V to Z-V.
Alright, Stevie.
Peavy kind of blush and is like, that is my real name. How did you get my government name?
Your name tag.
Oh no.
Can I read the room again? Because this whole interaction seems like not cool.
Yeah, please do read the room. Something's going on.
Heck yeah.
Ooh.
That is delightful. That is an 11. That's a 13.
Ooh, you get 2 of those questions.
Yeah, so how do I go unnoticed here? First off, as I have been drawn attention to specifically.
Sorry.
It's okay. I mean, it's okay if I'm like, they see who I am. Just, how do I, get dismissed in that kind of Columbo or Jade Marple way?
So you can be like, and one more thing.
Yeah.
You think that you can maybe like blend into the back, like if the whole party is moving, maybe you can kind of hang back a little bit, distance yourself from Dr. Evie. You think is important because the security guards are definitely looking at her like, oh, you're the instigator here, you're the problem, and somehow you've pulled our precious Marissa into your shenanigans. What is going on? Yeah.
I guess, who do I approach first? Because I want to know more about this Marissa dynamic, but I don't know if Marissa could explain it, even if she wanted to tell me, and I don't know if she would be honest, but I want to ensure her safety without, putting her in more danger by being a busybody old lady.
Sure. I guess this is a question for Eskina. Would you know, in your research on the resort, would you have learned about Marissa and her kind of relationship to the resort?
Can I roll a Encarta Encyclopedia 95 CD-ROM check?
Hell yeah, you can.
Hell yeah. I still remember the lines from that game. Like that, you know how it had like a game mode and you could like go through the quiz? The world is your oyster.
That unlocks deep memories.
So good.
I loved the Encarta.
And I used
Ripping Carter. You got murdered by the internet.
Every time I finished it on hard, I would print myself the certificate, and I was like, these will be important when I'm older. Because I'll do the science one, and then I'll do the world one. I got a 14.
Oh my gosh, you know everything.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's accurate, precise, and just what you needed.
Yes. Okay. So what do I know about this situation with Marissa and Marissa's place and dynamic on the island? That could be known to me, not like hidden secret shit, unless I'm hacking the internet that doesn't exist.
Marissa, would you like to fill us in?
All right. So I'm not sure how much you've thought about this, Christina, but after everything that we've discussed so far, I was thinking she's probably related to Alice by the sounds of it. I'm not sure the age range makes sense for her to be the daughter or something like that. But I
think that would make sense, like a daughter or a niece, maybe.
Yeah. So technically she would she has power in that she is related to Alice, but because Alice is retiring and everyone is vying for power and Unity is vying for power, then the power structures are going to change a lot. So yeah, she's the heir, but I'm thinking that because Alice is still distraught from the whole missing person scenario, I think that the board members convinced her to get the resort into the hands of people that have been in the business for years, and a more understanding of the resort from a business side, where Marissa is more of a front-facing face of the resort. So that's why the Rose Bride concept was created, because they thought that Marissa couldn't run the resort by herself, basically, and they convinced Alice that this was true.
And so, is it daughter or niece?
I think let's go niece.
Okay, related to Alice. Interesting. Okay. Alright. Good to know. I go back to drawing my bug. I feel like I finished the bug. I finish it and I show Dr. Evie. I'm like, do you like it? It is as accurate as I could get from this angle, in this light.
Oh, the details are stunning. Oh, I love this bug. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you lift this page, and under it is like, with the shell gone, and it's like an anatomical what's underneath that one, and then with that, it's got like a nervous system sketch.
Oh my. I think, are you attempting to entice Evie?
Yeah, let's do it.
That was like,
All
this
right.
is flirting.
Good
This
roll
is flirting
hard.
for
Yeah,
scientists.
this is definitely flirting. Evie
My
thinks
goal
this is
was
flirting.
to draw a cool bug, and I'm like, that would be really cool. If this, oh yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
The fun thing about the entice move is that you do not have to intend to be flirting, it just has to be taken as flirting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Evie is definitely reading this as flirting.
Okay. This is like when, you see someone and they're like, I like drawing dinosaurs, and you're like, really? I just drew this dinosaur, look at it! It's more like that from Askey's point of view.
Are we flirting as friends?
Nice. Ooh, a heart move, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my heart is... Ooh, I'm so heartless. It's -1.
Whoa,
Oh, no.
you're like from Kingdom Hearts.
Doesn't that have a lot of hearts? It's got a kingdom full of them. I don't get
Well, there's the Heartless and the Nobodies.
Sounds like a really scary game. There's either nobody around or people with no hearts.
Gotta mean the Heartless are the ones with no hearts. And the Nobodies are the ones with no bodies.
Oh, I got a 4.
4, okay. Well, she's going to get flustered. And just like shut down and just take the page and just like, well, thank you. And I will decide a...
Oh wait, can I do something?
Yeah.
To make it work? Because I feel like that's pretty hot. When she goes to take it, I'm like, oh, this isn't for you. This is mine.
Oh.
Wow.
I document it. I'm glad you liked it, though. And I pat her head.
Remember to like and subscribe for more.
Wow.
I feel like,
I'm gonna...
that would be the turn-off.
Yeah, absolutely. She's just gonna, like, kind of...
I'm glad we have heartstring.
And turn away, and you feel a little twinge of something that you're like, what is that? I'm gonna give you the condition guilty.
Oh. Okay.
And we'll find out what happens more. I think we're gonna take a quick break. And we'll be back here in how long, Jess?
About 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back.
See ya. We're back.
Hi, everybody. We are back here on the Disengagement Beach Resort with our thirsty sword lesbians in the forest with forest lesbians because it's Threeflings. Here we are, folks. We just had a big reveal on the secret identity of Marissa through Esquina's careful Wikipedia and, I guess, Googling? And
Just
James...
really good Googling.
Really good Googling skills. Research skills and Jane's keen investigative eye. We find ourselves in the forest with 2 security guards, one of whom, Peavy, just agreed to stay.
Is the other one Stevie, or is the other one a mystery?
The other one is Reevy.
Yeah, Reevy!
Yeah,
Wait,
so...
PvP is Pv's full name.
Yes. And Reevy is going to kind of turn and be like, well, if you don't need me, and kind of stop off into the forest, and you'll see the kind of branches swaying. As you hear Reevy leaving, you hear a familiar voice. Marissa, you hear the voice of Unity say, excuse me, Reevy, why are you leaving? You're supposed to be finding my bride. Hello? And you hear Reevy, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm so sorry. Turns and stomps back into the clearing, with Unity at their heels.
Oh, no.
What are you all doing?
God, boss time.
Well, we're all here. We're in the forest. Let's go find this Lotus.
As Unity kind of enters the clearing, is like, Lotus? I'm sorry. You're all trespassing. You're not going anywhere. You're going back to the resort.
Hi, Unity.
No.
Hi, babe.
No.
What are you doing out here?
What's her deal? I don't say that out loud. That's me having a thought.
He did.
I don't say that out loud. I'm reading the room or figuring someone out.
Yeah, read the room. Let's figure someone out.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if I should read the room. I think I know what the room is happening, so I want to figure someone out for her.
Okay.
Yeah, Jane starts to read the room, like, nope, I get this already. I don't need to read anything.
That is a 12.
Ooh, okay. So you may ask 2 questions now or later in the scene.
I want to know, what are her feelings towards Marissa?
Oh.
Oh. You kind of saw the way that she just said, like, hi, babe, and then immediately, like, reveled in the, like, you're trespassing.
Mm-hmm.
You very much see this as an opportunistic relationship for Unity. Especially with what you've just learned about Marissa and her relationship with the resort. Unity is using her, definitely.
Dun, dun, dun.
Can I offer emotional support to Unity?
You can try. What are you doing, Athena?
I'm gonna look at Unity and be like, hey, it's okay. We're all here now. You're with your bride. You seem to be quite defensive. Is there anything I can do to alleviate your insecurities? Because I'm guilty. I've got the guilty condition. I have -2 on on emotional support.
Ooh, all right. Is this heart?
Is that
or
-2 dice, or is that -2 number?
-2 number.
You always roll 2 dice, and then the modifier is...
If it was -2 dice, you couldn't roll.
Okay.
So roll your dice and take away 2.
Okay. All right.
And also
Thank you for the
put in your-
hydrate.
Modifier. Oop, hydrate.
It's a -2 on the modifier. So,
Mhm.
emotional support is heart or spirit, so just -2 from that.
All right. I think I'm better at spirit. Okay, that's 3 dice. I was expecting to fail.
2 dice.
2 dice. You roll 2d6, add your modifier for heart, which is...
Oh, but if it says your heart is 1?
No.
So you do -3,
That's
so your
your
heart's
modifier.
-1. So roll 2 dice, add up what you get,
And then...
take away 3, because you have -1 for your heart.
My actual stat.
Yeah.
So my stat for spirit is 1.
Oh,
Does that mean
sorry.
I roll 1 dice plus 2 dice plus 1 dice.
And then
2 dice
-2.
plus... So you roll 2 dice. Just roll 2 dice, and what do you get?
A 5 and a 3, which is 8, but I have +1 to spirit.
Alright,
But
so
-2.
9, but then -2. So
Also,
still a
+1
success.
Isn't 1 dice.
Mm-mm.
No.
That's how I've been rolling 14.
Oh, hey!
But I've been rolling like 5, 6, and 4, so it's always.
I was
Okay.
like,
Always
I
been
guess
plus 10.
DW just has a high spirit modifier.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
you must
you're
have a
right.
getting
Yes.
high rolls.
+2, and you're just rolling 12s all the time.
Yeah. Okay. So
You know
in that
what?
case,
It's all
a plus-
good. We're
a
learning.
+1, which is 9, -2, which is 7.
Alright, so that is still a success.
Wow,
You're
good.
very good at emotional support there.
This is my
but
emotional
it is a
support
mix.
robot.
It is a mixed success. So, you kind of see her kind of turn to you and be like, "What? Excuse you? Like, why are you talking to me?" But then she hears your message and is like, "You're right. I do have everything that I want."
Exactly. You're
So,
badass girl boss. You don't need to be insecure.
Oh no, it's gonna backfire.
About anything, because you're fantastic.
really? You think so?
No, I know so. Can
You need
I
a job.
try and entice? I'm gonna try and entice you to me.
Oh my god, yes. This is juicy. You see, and Marissa, you see your new friend flirting with your fiance.
Okay, I got it. 6, 7, 8 -1 because my heart is not in it. My heart is not good, so I got to 7 again. It says gain a string on them unless they decide instead to choose getting flustered and awkward, promise something they think you want, give in to desire.
Ooh, okay. And you can go ahead and clear that condition.
Yeah, nice. I was totally did the emotional support because I knew it would fail because I thought it was -2 dice.
No.
Instant fail. I'm like, this will be. This will
Okay,
be
yeah, that
funny.
makes sense.
Alright, so go ahead and roll heart for that entice.
Yes,
And-
the entice got 7.
7, okay. So you gain a string on unity.
Nice.
Yeah.
Homewrecker.
Yeah, Marissa, what do you think about this exchange?
My fiance, what the fuck? What the
I feel like as like I'm crouching down with Dr. Evie as I'm saying this, and she like responds. I like put the paper away and stand up, and I'm like really tall and confident, and it's kind of like, oh, who are you? Hello. Who's your friend?
Yeah, Marissa, are you gonna react to this? Like, did you actually say like, "Hey, that's my fiance. What the hell?"
Yeah, I think she will. Just like, hey, what are you doing? That's my rose groom.
I'm just stating the obvious. After all, I'm all about the facts. And I wink at Unity.
She's allowed
I mean,
to
I
make
guess
an
you're right, she is
observation.
very pretty. But also, she's already taken.
I kind of lean over to Jade and said, "His fiance, not married yet." Going by the laws
You know.
of the local laws and traditions, they're not married yet.
As they say in football, just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score.
I like that you're that auntie.
So my second question for Unity was,
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
how could I get her to help us find? Well, oh god, I want to get her to do so many things, but like, how could I get her to chill out? I think
Well,
that
this
would
is
solve a
certainly
lot of the
helping.
problems. How could I get her?
Yeah, but I feel like the
chill
answer
out.
to that is to get Marissa out of the forest, you see.
The flattery does appear to be doing wonders,
Okay.
but she does seem to just be very concerned with getting Marissa away from the other two of you. Like, you're clearly a bad influence. So somehow getting Marissa away from the two of you. You get the sense that she's a bit of a brick wall, and she is very passionate, and you might have to get into a little bit of a tussle. And you do notice the hilt of a sword, very posh, very designer, glinting on her hip.
Sorry, I gotta get my fiance away from this toaster and the old lady.
You're killing me.
Just now, is that sword? I noticed that. Is that family heirloom?
Oh, this? She'll kind of draw it out. It's a long rapier with a very precious metal handle. Kind of hold it out, perfectly balanced. Yes, it's been passed down the line for generations.
And refresh my memory. I'm so scatterbrained. You know, what line is that exactly?
Excuse you.
That's exactly.
I have
what
a last
said.
name. My name. I'm a Cushing.
Like the actor Peter
Or the
Cushing from the Star Wars films.
He's such the black sheep of the family.
Oh, what?
Oh, because he works for money.
An actor, really? Entertainment. Ugh.
As
I loved
opposed,
him when he was in that film and they CG'd him. Very hollow goddess.
so,
You know, it's what he deserves.
yes, being in
He really
entertainment
wasn't, though.
as an actor is very different from being in entertainment as a provider of entertainment, performing for others. Is very different from providing entertainment by owning land and property that you build a resort on where other people come to be entertained. I do see the difference. It's very...
Exactly. One has class. The other, stage makeup.
It must have been a hit to the class when, what was her name? Georgiana went missing all those years ago, eh?
You know, I don't know anything about that. I think we should leave. Marissa, let's go.
Yes, I agree.
And she's just going to cut this conversation short and kind of grab Marissa's arm and start leaving.
And it was... Oh.
Marissa, you are going to be investigating buddies. Where are you going?
Are you trying to entice me?
I am. I'll be so lost without you.
Aww. Go ahead and roll heart.
I'm so bad. Oh, hey, that's not so bad. That's an 8.
Ooh.
All right. So you get a string on Marissa unless she decides instead to choose getting flustered and awkward, promise something that you think Jane wants, or give in to desire.
Ooh.
Have you ever done that last one before?
Yeah, the question here is, like, whether that's strong enough to... I think Marissa, like, hesitates for a moment, and then she turns back, you know, forward towards Unity, like, but this is what I meant to be. So you get the string, and she hesitates, but she's still going with Unity, unless you do something else.
So, well, that's the fun of vacation, dear. You can be whatever you want to be. Anything you can imagine. I mean, I meant to be at home knitting, and here I am in a forest with a bunch of youths, possibly on my way to find some reefer, or whatever you're calling it these days, and just relax, kick up my heels, and enjoy the sand.
But that's the thing, this is a vacation for you. This is my life. This is always how it is. It's not a break from something else. This is my 24 hours. 7 days a week.
Can I sneak away?
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely you can.
I'm going to just tenderly put my hand around Dr. Evie's hands and, like, take her hand and, like, sneak into the forest.
It's like, get away from this situation.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna leave little, like, informational tabs on different plants and things so we can be trapped by Jane and Marissa.
Right. Excellent. As you are kind of disappearing into the brush, you hear a rustle of leaves. And turning around, you see an elderly woman in very practical clothes.
It's me.
Almost blending into the foliage. And she just presses like a single finger to her lips and just goes, shh.
Oh, rad. So when you say practical clothes and blending in, is she just in military camo? With
She's
one of those,
looking...
like, little floppy, the British Special Forces floppy hat, little...
But like the cute, classy old lady version of that. Yes.
Yeah, little knitted camo shawl. Oh, that's really strange. I immediately stop, look at that, and put my hand on Dr. Evie to be like, whoa, this is weird. And then I just give the thumbs up to the old woman hiding the brushes. And I'm just gonna like sidle over towards the old woman next to her, and we're gonna crouch down. I want to hear her story, but like, she said be quiet, so we're just gonna wait with her, see what she's gonna do next.
Yeah, she's listening like intensely to this conversation.
Oh.
Yeah, and you see that she has her eyes fixed on Unity, and she kind of pulls the vines back a little bit to kind of hide more. And Askina, you notice as you kind of look up where you're hiding, you see a stone pillar and then another stone pillar. You're hiding right in the formation that you've been looking for.
I quietly pull out my pen and start sketching the stone pillars till further things happen. Nice. This is exactly what I was looking for. I don't need that flower anymore. Found something more interesting. Gonna flirt with this old woman.
Love it. I love this for you.
Draw some rocks, you know.
That worked really not well for you last time, but
What, drawing rocks?
oh, as flirting.
No, I got a heartstring.
This is true. All right, I take it all back.
Yeah. 3 more. See what happens.
Yeah. All right. So Jane, it's you kind of look around. It's just you, these 2 security guards, Unity and Marissa.
Well, it's almost a good time. Just Unity causing problems.
Evie is blushing in the background, like, oh my gosh. Unity will just again kind of say, like, we're leaving now. Are you coming with us, Miss Fletcher? Hate to leave a important, high-profile guest out in the cold.
No. Where are you going? Are you just leaving the forest? Is there a cocktail party or dance?
There's always a cocktail party at this time of night. Watching the sunset, or we've already done that. Watching the moon on the waves. The dolphins come out at night sometimes. You can watch them dance. It'll be lovely. You'll like it much more than this dingy old forest. Won't you, darling?
Yes, what she said.
I don't want her to leave because I want to know. She knows who did this murder. I think. So, Unity. Let's say you take Marissa out of here. What would happen if something were to happen to Marissa in the forest? What's so dangerous for Marissa in the forest? Is this where people went missing? Is this where someone went missing? Or is it just that you don't want her to see, the bulldozers and the construction for all of this greenery that you're ripping up to build more luxury cabanas?
I'm so sorry. That just sounds like so much conjecture.
Well,
wow.
My mind starts to wander.
She is a writer, Unity. You can't... Writers, always thinking about these things.
Certainly a story.
Just get my mind on something and I start thinking. And I just
Oh, wait, I just realized! This whole thing with, Marissa, actually going with Unity, would that count as flirting with someone connected to the toxic power?
Ooh,
For you, Jess.
Then that would pop my suspicion all the way to 6.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
What happens then? You get a move.
I get the big reveal.
All right.
And I still don't know who did this vanishment, but...
The big reveal! I know nothing!
But I can put some things together. I'm gonna say.
Maybe you see someone through the leaves.
Yeah.
Maybe you see crouching in the leaves is Askina, Dr. Evie, and a strange woman that you don't recognize.
Does she have
I
horns?
the strange woman is there, and then
Is she a horny old woman?
Poking up from behind.
I mean, this is Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Does she have 2 little horns?
Oh! I'm so sorry. I knew I should have coffee. Oh my god. All right. You see 2 little ears, almost like rabbit ears.
Oh, are they poking through? Is she wearing a hat?
Yes, she is. She is wearing a hat, and yeah, her ears. you didn't see them before Eskina because she was like in the shush mode, but now she's in like full listen mode, and they're up and pointed forward.
That's highly unusual.
So,
Hello.
many years ago, the co-founder of this inn, disappeared. And all that was found was her fabulous hat with 2 little holes, one on each side. Almost. Now, it made me think perhaps she was a tiefling or a goat.
Threefling.
Or a threefling. But no. She was something far more sinister. She, in fact,
A rabbit.
did not die. She and her wife, Alice, have been here using her powerful ears, like the beast she is, the shapeshifter, to learn secrets from the guests, extort these wealthy people that come in, and use them to expand. But now Alice wants to retire, and well, we can't let her dear daughter, see what's going on. We can't let her be found. So we must keep her out of the forest, maybe pave the forest, make the little bunny go away. It's hat time shit.
It's hat time? I was gonna say,
That's part of the...
is this your reaction to the story, or?
Hat time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for the hats. A beach hat or a fedora, the 2 types. I don't have either in here. I assume, GM, I'm missing something.
You know what? I love this much better than anything I could have thought of. So yeah, this is. So are you choosing villainy is publicly revealed, or
I did
Were
want
you
to
trying to
publicly reveal the villainy, but I think I would prefer to free Marissa from the toxic power bind.
Oh, okay. I think that you can see that this relationship between Marissa and Unity is obviously incredibly problematic.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to
Cancel her on Twitter!
if you wanted to like kind of like provoke Unity in some way, or like Marissa, I guess what would it take for you to see like that this relationship is a problem?
It's interesting, because... I think just, like, maybe if, like, Unity, like, insulted Jane, maybe, of just, like, oh... Because I feel like Unity, like, all of her girl bossing is, like, done away from Marissa's eyes. So, like, any of her toxic behavior is, like...
Okay.
Yeah, Marissa doesn't know that she's like that.
All right, so as this big reveal is being revealed, Marissa is going to step forward and unsheath her sword and point it at Jane and say, yeah, Unity, sorry, not Marissa. Unity's going to unsheath her sword and point it at Jane and say, you shut your mouth, you old bat. I don't want to hear you talk. You don't know anything.
How would you call her a bat? Like, she's like this world-famous author of, like, mystery novels. Like, she's not just an old bat.
Just one more thing. I can tell a cheap knockoff sword when I see one, sweetheart.
Oh!
Yes!
Oh, snap.
Oh! Judge Hammer. Oh!
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Marissa, you see this happening. Is this doing anything for your ambition?
Ooh.
As you're seeing this, toxic power breakdown happening?
I feel like if Marissa's ambitions were, like, I think, like, that's a thing that she hadn't thought of before, so I don't think necessarily this does anything for her ambitions, but this might be, like, a crucial point to her furthering her ambitions later.
Mm-hmm. Unity is just going to keep her sword out and just like, we are going now. Kind of pokes at you, and I won't hear another word.
With the sword?
Just like that, yeah.
Wait, is she
So,
threatening me with a sword, or is she
No,
just like
she's-
holding the
she's-
sword out to Jade and then telling me to go with her?
She's threatening Jane and
Okay.
kind of like, all right, let's get out of here.
I'll poking you with a hand. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I think like this is enough for her to be like, actually, I think I'm staying here. To Unity. And she, you know, like tries to yank her arm away from Unity's grasp.
Unity is going to kind of pull her closer. It's like, you're mine. You can't leave. Are you gonna fight her?
Ooh.
I think you'll find she can leave. She's fully capable.
Ooh.
How is this old woman with their ears reacting to this?
She is also she's getting kind of heated, like as this reveal happens. You can see the ears kind of shaking, and she is trying to contain her rage, but you can see it kind of spilling out of her. And Eskina, you see like fur tufts begin to just like poof out the side of her her vest. And she's turning into like this bestial rabbit form. And you hear like the rip of her hat as the ears get larger, and you see a sword kind of made of thorns appear in her paw as she's like, all right, I'm ready, let's go. And she'll look over at you and Evie like, we going?
I give her the thumbs up, but I hold Evie back, like.
Don't think I can take it? I mean, I don't have a sword, but I got this notebook.
I whisper, no, I think we should both just avoid conflict. And let's just document this, okay?
And here you can see.
I mean,
And I also pull out my notebook.
doesn't that turn into a giant sword?
Yes. But, as my friend Jane says, the pen is mightier than the sword.
You know what? That'll be really interesting to watch Jane stab her. I'm definitely gonna document and write this down. Thank you.
Let's do it. Let's do it in safety.
Hmm.
We're scientists.
Good.
Come on.
Good call. Any theories?
I have a few. I'm more interested to see the full transformation of this situation. And I kind of gesture to this hulking rabbit beast situation going on in front of me.
Like, this is more interesting than this fight.
Oh
That's
yeah, no,
fascinating.
she's definitely gonna kick some ass.
And I'm giving the thumbs up to the to the rabbit old woman to like just go for it. Yeah, we're here to back you up, even though we're actually not.
All right, Jane and Marissa, you see this giant rabbit woman burst from the vines with a thorn sword and point it at Unity, and you just hear, "Liar! You lie!"
It's a were-rabbit grommet.
Are any of you jumping in?
Yeah, I'll jump in.
All right.
Like, then jumping
Oh
into
my
the fight
God.
against Unity?
Yeah. Jane, what do you want to do?
I'm going to unfurl my pearl-handled umbrella. And I'll fight her with some grace, if possible.
Wait, so is your hand
Fabulous.
pull out like a thin sword, or the umbrella is the sword?
The umbrella is the sword. I got to
Oh.
choose between a variety of sword types, which included a sword cane, a pearl-handled umbrella, and a pen. And I picked the umbrella because I was going to the beach and I wanted sun protection.
Nice.
I love that the umbrella itself is a sword. It's like you don't have like a hidden blade in it or anything.
Nope.
It's just
a
Think of like the penguin, how he in the old Batman 66.
You've got the spike at the top.
So that is a 7. But
I am going to use my move, My Hero, which lets me, when I influence someone fighting my current Rose Groom, I can add or subtract 3 from their roll. So I'm giving you another 3.
So that gives me a 10.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Amazing.
And I'm doing the influence by going, you can do this, I believe in you, Jane! Your writing is so good, and I bet you're good at fighting too!
So I would like to choose my misdirection move to provoke unity into revealing a personal detail.
Damn!
Oh.
I only get to pick one of these? Oh no, I can choose from them. Okay, I would also like to filch a piece of incriminating evidence off of her without her knowledge. Why not? You never know when you'll need that. And then I will, inflict a condition through my cutting words and sass.
Ooh. Yes. What condition would you like to give Unity?
Since we're fighting, I'd like to give her frightened so she would be worse at fighting, but I feel like I'm probably just gonna make her angry.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm gonna
no way.
Or insecure.
I'm
Angry or
also-
insecure, either of those.
I'm actually going to give her both because of your cutting words from before as well, stacking onto you actually fighting back. I think that is just going to throw her for a loop. So she is going to be angry and insecure about her discount sword. You are able to snatch the plans, her evil plans, because she wrote them down, as any good villain does, in one convenient place. A map of the resort that you just has part of the forest, like, mapped out with cabana plans. And she'll snap back at you, like, how dare you? How dare you raise up a hand to strike against me? Oh! And the rabbit will just plow into her from the side with the sword, just knocking her, like, if this was the anime fight that I'm imagining, just knock her completely out of the frame and, like, a blur of white fur.
I love it. And then what is she doing to me? 'Cause she gets to apply something to me as well.
Yes, she does. She's going
I should put on the
to...
actual fight music instead of this like little bop and beach music, huh? 'Cause we're
What,
in a
are
fight.
you not putting on Meatball Parade?
I have not put on Meatball Parade yet. I've just threatened it.
Hi, welcome to Thirsty Sword Lesbians. My sword is threatening people with the Meatball Parade.
Welcome to Threeflings. If you've never been here before, we love it. We love Meatball Parade. I think that she's going to... she's going to... why am I totally missing where this is? She's going to inflict a condition on you.
That's fair.
She's going to give insecure right back to you.
Ooh.
Her words about
No,
your...
You're the insecure one.
Yeah, she's like, no, I don't... You see her, like, standing up, she's got sticks in her hair, and just... Well, at least I have a real sword. And then the rabbit once again knocks her over. She's, like, trying to trade barbs with you. Yeah, Marissa, what are you doing?
Yeah, she's definitely, like, looking at this whole exchange and, like, a million thoughts running through her head. And I think she's definitely, like, thinking about, like, whether she should fight or not, or whether she should leave this up to more experienced fighters, because she has a sword, but it's, like, completely just, like, a ceremonial, symbolic sword that, like, isn't good for fighting. So
My sword is an umbrella.
And maybe that is what inspires her to, you know what, even if she has to use a sword as more of a club than anything else, that's still something. And I think So yeah, I think she is going to roll fight. Which is, I am also going to say that, like, her choosing this does, like, raise her ambition by 1. Because that is to fulfill, go towards filling, figure out who you are outside your assigned role.
Alright, are you using daring or grace?
I'm using grace, because I have a -1 in daring. I'm absolutely
Alright.
That is 13.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So you get 3, and I'll get 1 more on you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to provoke her and gain a string first off. So I think Marissa is, I think, like, the very fact that she, fights, I think Unity is, like, kind of caught off guard by this. And, like, gets really angry that, like, someone that she perceived as being, like, beneath her and, like, less power than her that's actually fighting back, like, really pisses her off. And also I think that does mean that Marissa inflicts... Okay, what conditions doesn't Unity have at this point?
Unity does not have hopeless, she doesn't have guilty, and she doesn't have frightened. Sorry, no, she doesn't have frightened. She has angry and insecure ticked.
Okay, so those are the most obvious ones, so that makes sense. I think the idea that, like, she is so comfortable in, like, power structures and being at the top that the idea that someone lower than her in station, in her mind, makes her scared, so she'll be frightened.
Alright, she is frightened. She's looking up with you.
And I think the third one would be to create an opportunity specifically for Jane, because, like, I think, like, catching Unity off guard means that, like, Jane has another opening.
Oh, I love it. Unity is going to just, like, look up at you with the biggest of blue puppy dog eyes, and it's just going to be like, Marissa, sweetie, why would you do this to me? And she's going to take a string on you.
Ooh.
Oh.
I think that definitely, like, Marissa's definitely, and I think she, like, second guesses herself for a moment.
I'm curious, what's going on in the bushes with Askina?
I have finished drawing my rocks. Side objective complete. Ding!
Quest complete.
And as this violence in action is going on, I, like, slide a hand, like, in, I don't know what you call it, excitement, nervousness, when you're watching a movie, you're like, oh my god, to Dr. Evie's hand, slide my hand and like, squeeze her hands. And I'm going to try and entice her into being like, ooh, this is exciting, but I've got you.
Alright.
Alright.
Go ahead and roll hard.
Okay. Go for it. Oh. Rolls out of the tree. And
you do have a string on her, though, if you wanted to pull that.
I'll pull that later.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
Ooh!
So gain the string on them unless they instead decide to choose fluster, awkward, something they think I want, given to desire.
I wonder, is this a place, if she gives into desire, would you finally kiss in a dangerous situation?
Ooh.
That's what I was planning for.
Yes! Alright!
Finally kiss in a dangerous situation.
Dangerous situation while a sword fight happens next door.
Yeah, while we're hidden in the bushes.
I love it.
We're lesbians, it's our natural state.
It is, yeah. Yeah, no, she'll definitely give in and kiss you back, and we each get +1 ongoing to protect each other for the rest of the scene.
As you draw.
The scene getting like bonuses by making out.
Yes! Just like real life. Make out
Swipe
bonus.
to your left. Yep. Make out bonus. Being hidden away.
All right.
Excellent. That's what I'm doing. I'm making out with the scientist.
This is perfect. I love it. Jane, with your opportunity created,
Yeah.
what would you like to do? You see Unity just like start. You see the facade is cracked. She is no longer the girl boss of your nightmares. She is a crying girl on the ground, trying desperately to make people take her seriously, to look past the beauty and see the brains behind it. And she's used so many people on her way to the top, and it's just all crashing down around her. And yeah, that's you don't see Unity anymore. You just see this sad person.
You see the opposite of Unity.
You see destruction.
What do I see from her plans that were revealed?
The plan was very much to burn down this forest. And a controlled burn, very controlled, and set up new cabanas and a new pool. And you see off to your left this woman who is in bunny form now holding these plans. Or no, you have them.
I have the plans.
She's looking at
holding
the plans.
the plans together.
She's looking at the plans and is just like shaking her head, slowly kind of morphing back into this older woman form and just like, those bastards. I've said this forest is mine. This is my forest. I'm owed it. I earned it. They weren't to touch it. And you want to just turn it into more of your money-grabbing... Ugh.
If I look at this person in human form, do I recognize them?
You do. Kind of like awakens a memory from when you were young of Georgina playing bunny hop with you in the lawn at the resort.
That's so cute.
Auntie Georgie!
Marissa? Oh my gosh, how you've grown!
We thought you were dead. Or, like, missing, but, like, missing for such a long time, the difference doesn't really matter. Have you been out here this whole time?
I'm so sorry. The powers that keep you locked to this resort, keep me locked here to this forest. I fear they were trying to destroy my connection by destroying the forest. But it appears they can't do that anymore, now that you found me out.
I'm so sorry that I didn't think to come in here sooner.
They would have kept you from me no matter what. Not your fault. Thank you to you and your friends and whoever this is. Points at Unity. He's like on the ground.
Thanks for being a girl boss.
Oh, Unity.
Marissa does, like, turn to look at Unity and, like, so many, like, complex thoughts, like, going through her brain. I'm just like, I kind of want to figure Unity out.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah. I don't think I have any bonuses on the win. I think I'm, like, 0.
You have strings,
0
though.
on wit. Let's go! I got a 6. I look at Unity and I just can't pass her at all. Like, she is just completely, like... I cannot understand a person who, pretends to love, their partner and is actually just using them.
She looks up at you. Oh. Does anyone have any sort of influence to...
See what happens. You go.
Oh, well, I was
Well,
I could try and figure her out since I can do my riposte move. I haven't done that yet.
Ooh.
I can figure her out.
Isn't that
physical combat?
Isn't riposte during physical combat? Is physical combat still going?
I wasn't sure. The last thing I did was knock her over with
There's
an umbrella.
something physical happening.
Some physical happening. You just hear giggling and.
Okay, can I, if we are still in physical combat technically, can I recon so that I'm using my Truths of Hardened Blade at equal footing, which lets me ask a question even on a 6-.
Yes, absolutely.
I will ask her, how could I get you to respect me?
Ooh.
Ooh.
She looks up at you and she says, I'm sorry for trying to control you. I know I knew it was wrong. I think maybe if you want me to respect you, and for you to respect me, I think that maybe you should try being your own Marissa for a while.
Yeah. And I think, like, at this point, Marissa also, like, now that she realizes that, like, oh, damn, this really is, like, over, she's realizing that, like, a caveat of the Rose Bride, Rose Groom relationship is that, like, because the Rose Groom always needs to be, like, the most powerful person to, like, run the resort, the position of Rose Groom belongs to whoever, like, if anyone ever defeats the Rose Groom in battle, they become the next Rose Groom. And we did the 3-on-1 fight, so I'm not sure how the fuck that works anymore. But, like, I feel like that definitely helps with realizing, like, okay, so this dynamic is over. We can exist as our own separate people without, like, one having a weird, like, power imbalance over the other. And also, technically, I helped to win, so...
You did. You kind of defeated her a little bit. So what does that mean?
Welcome to the problematic aspects of, wait, is my aunt also technically? But, like, I'm sure we'll figure that all out.
Yeah.
Because things are changing around here.
Things are changing around here, and you now know, like, you've got some power too. I wonder if this would be a good place for us to do a little hit fast forward and just see where our characters are at the end of their vacation, their end of their stay at the Disengagement Beach Resort.
I'd like to talk to Unity in private.
Still trying to seduce.
Oh, yeah?
I already have. What do you mean?
Yes,
still?
you already have.
That's
Yeah.
Well, Unity is wallowing in sorrow. I'm going to approach her and be like, look, it's pretty... Wait, I'm a robot, right? Look, it's pretty bad to manipulate another human and make them believe that they're in love with you. Not a good look.
Cringe!
Having said that, your ability to judge a situation and manipulate people to do what you want to get things is quite fascinating. I'd like you to join an initiative. I work
An
for
adventure.
a place called...
You put on an eye patch?
Yeah. No, I'm saying this all in my... I've got my lab coat on, but I've phased my other clothes, so I am wearing that bikini now, the Borat one. No, just kidding. I look very official and formal. I work for an organization called Wikipedia. It's run by a dragon named Vicky. It's German. It's spelled W. But I'd like you to join and see if you can, knowledge is power. And you've got a good sense about you for power. And I'm gonna try and get her to join my knowledge search.
Yeah.
Thing.
Nice.
I think she
Go
has
for it.
good instincts to manipulate, wheel and deal. That's something that some of our scholars and scribes do not have. I think we need a public face person And this is like you know, this is a huge thing. It's of like what that Spider Queen's web. It reaches all over the world. So like this is just like a worldwide web that she could have influence on. What are we rolling here?
Yeah, she would love that.
Oh, maybe I'll influence her with the string, so I don't have to roll.
Ooh, because you do have one of those.
You do. She'll kind of lean in and be like, I do need a job. This
I
sounds
am
interesting.
unemployed.
Yeah.
I'm
recently
the
in
full-time girl
between.
boss.
I feel like there's like weird sexual tension that's actually just two people discussing what they want that's not sexual. Like, I do want a job. It's like, well, you seem like quite the powerful woman at getting information and running a business.
I sure do know a lot about business.
Yeah. And then I get her to sign a contract and I give her a cool badge.
Awesome. She'll pin it proudly on her designer blazer.
And for the rest of the vacation, I'm going to assist the doctor. I've found my the stones. I record them with my my like cool Doomslayer sword data pad, and then I just assist Dr. Edie in finding the Lotus.
Excellent. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
But also,
But literally a lotus.
but also literally, I see what's going on.
No, literally find a cool flower and document it and experience it like blooming at night, and it's like it's super excellent. Like it's not especially hot. It's just super excellent.
So,
It's like our nerdiness has overridden our like crush kind of factor, our smitten factor, and we're just like, you're hot, but oh my god, that flower's colors is nuts. Yeah.
Holy shit, your flower is absurd.
And that's yes. Yeah, and that's me. Oh, and I do like show her because she wanted to see me use my sword. I do like at some stage there's like a cool montage of her just like sitting on a rock sipping a coconut, and I'm just like, and essentially just looks like a kid with a fake lightsaber, like that kind of finesse, just like looks really bad. It's very embarrassing.
love this. Jane, what does the rest of your vacation look like?
Oh, Jane has a lot of scribbling to do. She solved the mystery and freed a friend, but Jane has a lot of heavy packages that need sorting and carried in her room. She likes to rearrange the furniture, and you know, Stevie is so strong, and she's just gonna have to call on them a lot to move heavy furniture for her.
Half
and
naked
carry her
for
bags.
some reason.
Just sipping a
think
pina colada.
Stevie would delightfully comply to being Jane's personal lifter.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Stevie is so powerful and clever and would be an excellent research assistant, but if all else fails, at least we can have a wonderful island time together and have a nice little swim with cocktails and whatever else comes afterwards. I like to oil her muscles.
Just detail.
A wistful glance at you will always have Disengagement Beach.
Disengagement? Was it
that.
disenchantment?
Disengagement!
Oh! It's
Like-
disengagement after the whole Unity situation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was trying to look for sword terms that weren't in the game because I didn't want to be too on the nose, but...
Oh, yeah.
And what about Marissa? What does the future hold for her?
I think after, Georgia, or whatever her name was, reunites with Alice, and, like, I think a lot of things change on the island of, like, realizing that, oh yeah, her wife's not dead! And then, like, that, like, really, like, helping with her mood, and then, like, being told what happened in the forest, that, like, I think... And then Unity being, a mess, and... no longer even being the Rose Group officially anyway. Like, the whole situation just kind of crumbles from there, and basically, at the end of a lot of, like, paperwork and, negotiations and stuff, like, the Rose Bride position, is rescinded, doesn't exist anymore. But, Marissa... Like, that, which means that, like, Marissa would, like, run the resort, if Alice and her aunts do like retire, so it would be left to her. But now, even with this newfound agency, she isn't too sure. So she, I think, is going to go. It's not hard to find Jane's room because Stevie is like constantly like, entering and exiting out with like big boxes.
So, yes, she is. She's constantly entering and exiting.
Well, first Marissa knocks on the door. But, basically, when she's able to, like, talk with Jane alone, she asks, like, hey Jane, you're right. I know, I'm not sure how much you were actually wanting me to be your assistant, or if you were just saying that to get me away from Unity. But I was thinking, I really need a purpose in life. I need to get away from all of this. Could I, once you leave this island, could I go with you?
Absolutely, my dear. I want you to be whomever or whatever, and do whomever or whatever you want to in this life. And if a little trip with me helps you find yourself, you are more than welcome to do that. I'm sure that wherever we go, there will be mysteries to uncover and delights to savor.
Thank you. Technically, that would be a I need your help move.
Okay.
But also, we are in the epilogue, so I'm not sure. But since this is my playbook that I'm playtesting, I will read to people that, like, when you ask someone for assistance regarding your desires, offer them a string on you. They can choose one. They agree to help but refuse the string, they mark XP and you clear condition. Or they agree and, basically if they refuse but still keep the string, you mark a condition.
OMG, so, that gives me 4 strings on Marissa.
Wow, I can't believe you would take the string. Shaking my head. But nice. Wow. But that's a string advance, Jess!
I know, that's why I wanted it. I didn't hear anything else that it would do. I just heard I got a string on you and was like, ooh, that gives me the next thing. The other thing, clearing a condition? Yeah, that's good too. I could do that instead. But I would always help you.
I will always help you.
Well, thank you, everyone. That was Thirsty Sword Lesbian.
Yay!
I had so much fun. This. You all were fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around and joining us on this thirsty romp through a delightful tropical island. Let's go around and say who you are. Where can we find you? DW, do you want to get started?
Hi, I'm DW. You can find me in Australia and on Twitter sometimes at DW, I think _Dagon. DAGON.
I mean, the link is in chat.
It's in chat. Thank you. Chat link.
Thank you, chat link, and not Jess.
Well,
hey, Draz. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm done. Thank you.
Hey, Draz, where can we find you? And where can we find this playbook that you were playing, The Rose Bride? Because it was really, really cool.
You can find me in Australia as well. You can also find me on Twitter at Drazillion. My Itch.io page is also called Drazillion, which is where I'm going to be posting the Rose Bride. I've got it all written up. I'm just going into layout after this and actually drawing up a Rose Bride, so... I'm doing it for the Loose Playbooks Jam, which ends in like a week, I think, so...
Oh, cool.
It'll be out before the end of that jam. Yeah, 9 days. The jam ends in 9 days, so we look back in the next 9 days.
Jess.
Hey, that's me. I'm Jess. You can find me on Twitter and other places where Jesses may be found. There are a lot of us. But you can also find me on Sunday on Phoenixy Wacky's channel, where I play Yelling Myconid, aka Mike, the tabaxi who wishes desperately that they were a necromancer, but alas is a bard druid rogue creation. But yeah, that'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern on Sundays, and also launching on the 13th, so 10 days from today, is a print run of Oops All Draculas, which you may or may not have seen us run previously on this show. So check that out. It's gonna be fun. I've got some...
Also, for me and Jess, if you hate a particular transphobe who has a game associated with her coming out this month, you might be wanting to look out for a bundle soon.
Oh, yeah.
The things you could spend your money on.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one, too. Christina, who are you?
I'm Christina, and I'm always looking for wizard non-turfy things to spend my money on. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at D20xtina. I like to play games. I run games. I like to do role-playing. Okay. And hey, check it out. And if you liked my GM style, you can book with me over at Magpie's Curated Play program, playing some Pasión de las Pasiones for February, because what's a better date than a telenovela? Go ahead and book.
Oh, I'm running Bluebird's Bride this month. If you want a miserable Valentine's Day, come play with me.
And then come play with me. So play with Jess, play with me. It'll be a good time. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, and have a wonderful night. Oh, Patreon. We're going to go record a cute after show talk back. And if you want to see what that's all about, come join our Patreon and get in our Discord, where we've been sending gifts and being silly and having a really great time.
Heck
Anything
yeah.
else to...
We're just going to do a raid. We are going to raid our stream team member, Chaotic and Writer. So go say hello, share the Threefy love, and we will see you next week. Same Threef time, same Threef channel, where Christina is going to be running us through I Want Your Bite. Have a great time of day, and we will see you all next time. Bye!
And like, come check out people playing Thirsty Soul Lesbians. I'm still like,
I had to look away.
You're way better known, TTRPG writer than me.
I know. I was like, oh no. That's why I was like, Senpai has noticed us.
He